Welcome to next lesson in AC circuits. In this class, we will discuss the passage of AC through a series RC and a series LC circuit. So first of all, we will discuss the passage of AC through a series circuit containing a resistance and capacitance. So we consider a circuit containing resistance and capacitance connected to an AC source. As these resistance and capacitance are in series, we can say that the current passing at any instant through these components are same. So we assume an instantaneous value of current and we will derive the expression for the applied EMF, and then we will find the phase relationship between the voltage and current, and also the relation between the peak value of voltage and peak value of current. So we assume that the current passing through the circuit at any instant is I equal to I0 sine omega t, where omega is the angular frequency, I0 is the peak value of current, and I is the instantaneous value of current, t is the time. Now, if E is the instantaneous value of applied voltage, then the applied voltage has to do two things. A part of the voltage is dropped across the resistance, it will be I into R because I is the current. And another part is dropped across the capacitance in the form of the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor. It will be Q by C, where Q is the instantaneous value of charge on the plates of capacitor. So clearly we can write the potential difference across the resistance plus the potential difference across the capacitance is equal to the applied instantaneous value of the applied EMF. So IR plus Q by C is equal to E. Now the charge on the plates of the capacitor, we can see that the current passing through the circuit is dQ by dt. If Q is the instantaneous value of charge on the circuit capacitor, then dQ by dt is the rate of change of charge on the plates of the capacitor. That dQ by dt will be representing the current passing through the circuit. So we see that Q is equal to integral I dt. That is equal to I is I0 sin omega t. So I0 sin omega t dt. That is equal to integral of sin omega t is minus cos omega t by omega plus some constant of integration, because this is an indefinite integral. Now the value of constant of integration is found to be 0 because the average value of charge Q on the plates of the capacitor over a cycle will be 0 because Q is varying sinusoidally and it is an AC circuit, and we assume that the capacitor initially it has no charge. So we see that taking the average values, we see that average value of Q is equal to 0 and average value of cos omega t is also equal to 0. It means that average value of K should be equal to 0. As K is a constant, average value of a constant is equal to constant itself. So constant K is equal to 0. This we see that from this expression, I into R becomes I0 sin omega t into R, plus Q by C becomes Q is minus I0 by omega cos omega t. So minus I0 by omega into C cos omega t is equal to E. Now multiplying and dividing by root of R square plus 1 by omega C whole square, we get this expression as E equals I0 into, because I0 is a common factor here, it can be taken out, I0 into root of R square plus 1 by omega C whole square plus, now here there remains an R, so R by root of R square plus 1 by omega C whole square sin omega t minus 1 by omega C is already there, minus 1 by omega C divided by root of R square plus 1 by omega C whole square into cos omega t. Now we provide a substitution, that is this quantity R by root of R square plus 1 by omega C whole square, suppose it is equal to some cos alpha, and this quantity 1 by omega c by root of r square plus 1 by omega c whole square. Suppose this is equal to sine alpha. Now alpha is a new constant. We can see from here cos square alpha plus sine square alpha will be equal to 1. And if we multiply this square root into the inside bracket, we will get the same expression for e. Now alpha is a new constant, so we have to define alpha. From this we see that sine by cos, which will be equal to tan. Tan alpha is equal to 1 by omega c by r. That is equal to 1 by omega c r. That is tan alpha. Using the substitution, we see that I is equal to I0 root of r square plus 1 by omega c whole square into. This becomes sin omega t cos alpha. So sin omega t cos alpha minus cos omega t into sin alpha. Cos omega t sin alpha. So this is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. It can be written as sin A minus B. So this is equal to I0 into root of r square plus 1 by omega c whole square into sin of omega t minus alpha. Now the peak value of voltage, the voltage is maximum when sin omega t minus alpha is maximum. It will be maximum when it is equal to 1. So the peak value of voltage will be equal to E0 equal to I0 into root of r square plus 1 by omega c whole square. So this is the amplitude of the voltage. Representing this amplitude part as E0, we get the quantity E0 by I0 is equal to root of r square plus 1 by omega c whole square. It is called the impedance of the series RC circuit. Now using E0, we get this expression E equals, this quantity becomes E0. E0 sin omega t minus alpha. That is equation number 2. Now from 1 and 2, from 1 we assumed that I equal to I0 sin omega t, and in 2 we get E equal to E0 sin omega t minus alpha, where E0 and I0 are related by this expression, and this expression, the quantity root of r square plus 1 by omega c whole square is called the impedance of the RC circuit. It plays the same role as the resistance in DC circuit. So the unit of this impedance is again ohm. Now from 1 and 2 we see that the applied voltage E lags the current. It lags the current by a phase of alpha, which is equal to tan inverse 1 by omega c r. Or we can say that the current leads the applied voltage by a phase of tan inverse 1 by omega c r. Now from 1 and 2, the variation of E and I with respect to omega t can be represented as this diagram. Here the phase difference between E and I is this much, that is equal to alpha. Alpha here we can see at this point when omega t is equal to pi by 2, I is maximum. But E is maximum only after a phase of alpha. So E is lagging I by a phase of alpha. So this is the variation of E and I with respect to omega t. And in phasor diagram, if I0, the current is represented horizontally, then E0, the voltage is to be represented lagging by a phase of alpha. So it is measured in the clockwise direction. So here E0 is lagging I0 by a phase of alpha. Now in the vector method, the same calculation can be done in vector method. If I is the current, the voltage IR, which is passing through the resistance, which will be in phase with I, because the voltage in a resistance is in phase. And the voltage across the capacitance, which is I by omega c, which will be lagging the current by a phase of pi by 2, because in a capacitor current is leading the voltage by pi by 2. So we see that if I0 is the peak value of current, then the voltage I0R will be in phase. It is represented along the same line of I0. So I0R is represented horizontally along the same direction of I0. But the I0 by omega c, that is called the voltage across the peak value of voltage across the capacitance, it will be lagging the current by a phase of pi by 2. So it is represented in this direction. Now these two voltages add. By using the parallelogram law, their resultant, the applied voltage, peak value of voltage E0 equal to root of this square plus this square. That is I0 can be taken out. The remaining will be R square plus 1 by omega C whole square. And also the phase difference between E and I is represented by this angle. From this diagram, tan alpha is equal to AD by OA. That is equal to, what is AD here? AD is 1 by omega C by OA is R. So I0 by omega C by I0 R. I0 gets cancelled. We get 1 by omega C R. So the same result can be obtained by vector method. Now the next section is AC through LR circuit. Sorry, this is AC through LC circuit. Now we are discussing the AC through LC circuit. Here also let I be the instantaneous value of current in the circuit. Then I is equal to I0 sin omega t. That is equation number 1. If E is the instantaneous value of applied voltage, then here E has to do two things. A part is dropped across the inductor to overcome the back EMF. It is L into di by dt. Another part is dropped across the capacitor Q by C. As before, L into di by dt plus 1 by C into integral I dt. So E will be equal to L into di by dt is I0 omega cos omega t minus I0 by omega C into cos omega t, because integral I of it. The I dt is as before. That is equal to I0 can be taken out. This omega L minus 1 by omega C cos omega t. Now there are two cases. If the inductive reactance is greater than capacitive reactance, then from equation 2 we see that E equal to I0 omega L minus 1 by omega C into cos omega t can be written as sin omega t plus pi by 2. Now the peak value of E is, this is the peak value that can be represented as E0 equal to I0 into omega L minus 1 by omega C. So E0 by I0 is equal to omega L minus 1 by omega C. It is the reactance of the circuit. So the current lags the voltage by a phase of pi by 2. We can see that the voltage is omega t plus pi by 2 and the current is I0 sin omega t. So here the voltage leads the current by pi by 2. So the inductive effect is pronounced. In case 2, if the inductive reactance omega L is less than capacitive reactance. Now in that case, this equation becomes, equation 2, it becomes I0 into 1 by omega C minus omega L into minus. That is minus of 1 by omega C minus omega L. This is written in this form because we have to make the amplitude positive. So this quantity is positive now. Now there becomes minus cos omega t. Minus cos omega t is sin omega t minus pi by 2. So here also the peak value E0 equal to I0 into 1 by omega C minus omega L. So E0 by I0 is 1 by omega C minus omega L. This is the reactance of this LC circuit. Now the current, here the current, we can see that the voltage E lags the current by pi by 2. So the current leads the applied voltage by a phase of pi by 2. So this is similar to the capacitive effect. Capacitive effect is pronounced. In vector method also, we see that the voltage across L, that is I omega L, leads the current by pi by 2. And the voltage across C, that is I by omega C, lags the current by pi by 2. So these two voltages will be out of phase. They will have a phase difference of 180 degree. If I0 is the current, then I0 omega L is leading that current by pi by 2 and I0 by omega C is lagging. Here I assume that omega L is greater than 1 by omega C, so this voltage will be more and the effective voltage will be I0 omega L minus I0 omega C, because now these two vectors are in opposite directions. So it becomes I0 into omega L minus 1 by omega C. That is case 1. In case 2, if I0 by omega C is greater, then we will get the effective value in the downward direction, and the value will be I0 into 1 by omega C minus omega L. So both the results can be obtained from vector method also. So this is the discussion of current through LC circuit. And another important point is, a pure LC circuit is only theoretical concept, because in any circuit there will be a finite non-zero resistance R. So there will be a non-negligible effect for the resistance R in an LC circuit. So this is a purely theoretical description, that is a pure LC circuit. So thank you for watching this video.